Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track Voyage of the Dead Marauder by the Scottish pirate metal band Alestorm. That's right, Scotland's seafaring scallywags are back with the title track from their upcoming EP, which is due to release on the 22nd of March and serves as the follow-up to their previous album Seventh Rum of a Seventh Rum. And certainly with the band's music, they've always explored the very fun side of piracy, looking at drinking and all the typical things that you do see pirates getting up to, but certainly with some of their recent albums, they've really been going a bit further off the plank effectively with some of the silliness. I mean, we saw on their previous albums lines such as In My Lamborghini, Flintlock by My Side, and definitely moved away from some of the seafaring elements and definitely focused on more of this party atmosphere. I mean, they even had P-A-R-T-Y, It's Pirate Party Time, on that previous album. But I'm really interested to see what they'll be doing with this track, as they do join up with German musician Patricia Buchler, who actually goes under the name of Patty Gurdy. So will this latest track be seaworthy or shipwrecked? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds. Okay, it's really interesting to see the band moving towards a much more mature certain sound as well as the actual lyrics as well. It feels a little bit less focused on that party atmosphere that we have seen from the band, and certainly seems to evolve something, I don't know, a bit more serious really. It kind of touches on the idea of really going into that next life, this dead marauder voyaging into the afterlife, and we can really see that with many of the idea of crossing the void, voyaging to the other side, sail away dead marauder. So almost like these Viking ideas really coming in, kind of laying the bones to rest in a Viking ship and kind of being passed off into the night. So lots of elements really coming through, but keeping in that piracy theme and really blending in some of these ideas of the folk metal and the pirate metal the band do incorporate. But by adding Patty Gurdy, it really gives it a much more symphonic sound as well into that chorus. It really does add a whole new level to this track. It's one of the first times the band have actually incorporated a female vocalist into their music, and it really does add an extra layer, add a lot more to the actual track itself, which I really do enjoy. Keeping up the beat, really keeping to the pace and a lot of the themes the band do explore, but adding a completely new twist by also having something that is a little bit more serious and actually just continuing to show this very progressive sound and this very rhythmic style that really comes across, that you can really just get pulled into on the track.
Across the threshold of eternity, we'll travel hand in hand. One last voyage to the unfamiliar land.
For many years I trod the path of destruction across the raging seas. For many years I sought to find the answer, but the truth escaped from me. Lost in time. Running answers you will never find.
Sail away, the marauder,
absolutely love that guitar solo coming in from Mate Bodo. I'm so glad to see some of these elements returning, really working really well in unison with Peter Alcorn, really providing the drumming and the backing of that solo as well to really keep the pace, really keep the rhythm going. It really does have a lot of power in the way this song is progressively just being driven forward by the two of them, just really working in unison. I really am loving some of the elements and the sound that's really coming from the band. It really just sounds very refreshing compared to some of the music we have been hearing on those past two albums. I'm really enjoying this more serious sound that they've really have gone through for with the title track from this upcoming EP, and just this constant idea of kind of approaching that kind of point of death. We see it in the chorus, your style will never fade, never stray, dead marauder, from the path you have made. So really continuing on your journey, we can really see a lot of that, and almost the idea of meeting this dead marauder in the afterlife till we meet again to make the final raid. So it's just really incorporating these piratical themes that we do see in their music, but really just encapsulating it around a much more serious nature. The idea of maybe a pirate that you know or somebody that you know passing into the afterlife and then you joining them and then making that final raid, that kind of just kind of effectively that raid on the afterlife. So I'm really enjoying some of these ideas that they're really exploring, certainly across some of the music elements but also the lyrical elements as well.
I have seen the coming darkness drift across the land. I have seen your proud ambitions slip away like sand. I have seen the end of things that have not come to be. I will be the dead marauder, pirate of the seas. Sail away. Stormy seas will guide your way. Cross the void. Voyage through the other side.
Sail away, dead marauder, stormy seas guide your way. We are yet to see another golden day.
Your soul will never fade.
Never stay, dead marauder, from the path you have made. Till we voyage down below the waves to lands that lie beyond the red path.
Meet again to make the final raid.
What a great track that was. I really enjoyed the addition of Patty Gurdy, also bringing along the hurdy-gurdy as well. And for those of you that don't know, it's basically an instrument where you kind of rotate the handle and it allows you to play the strings and make noises. The kind of the disc effectively grinds against the strings. So really smart for them to bring her on board and really making great use of it. I was expecting it to just be towards the end of the track when she featured on just one of the choruses, but really bringing her in to build up this story of this dead marauder, really just add a beautiful layering as well between Elliot Vernon, Christopher Bounds, as well as Patty Gurdy, just constantly swapping and changing them in and out. Really showed a new string to the band's bow and really just showed their ability to incorporate another musician into the fray and really give a much more powerful symphonic metal styling, and also with the addition of hurdy-gurdy, add to that folk sound that really comes through in the backing of their tracks, that really blends in with these metal elements. I think this is probably one of the best tracks I feel I've heard from the band in quite some time. I really did enjoy that. I just love the way they built things up and then slowed them down, included guitar solos. We saw so many of the elements on this actual track that I think have been slightly missing from some of those previous albums. They've gone to a much more silly style, but I really enjoyed the seriousness, the idea of kind of going into the afterlife and continuing that piratical raid into the afterlife as well for eternity, this voyage of this dead marauder. So I really did enjoy that track, and I'm really curious to see how the rest of the EP is going to sound given this title track. So there we have it, our first voyage into this upcoming EP, but I would love to know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. How do you think it lives up to some of the tracks we have been hearing from those previous albums, things such as Seventh Rum of a Seventh Rum and The Curse of the Crystal Coconut? How do you think it sounds with bringing on Patty Gurdy and really incorporating her into the mix? I would love to know your thoughts. Also, if you'd like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next audio analysis.